Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How's things, mate?
Yeah. At that.
I mean, we were just talking before the show about all things footy. Both of our teams have cocked it up this year and are done effective, well, by about the time this show is ready to be exported and all sorts of stuff tonight. Your mob got absolutely trounced last night, and that's their season done. My Cats are playing it out right now and doing a pretty solid job, I might add.
But Geelong have something to do to put a team out of the finals.
Yeah, we've got a job. Yeah, we've got a job to do.
They've got one job to do.
To be fair, we dropped half our team still, but that's
my team. My team had one job last week, and they couldn't even do that. And they had one job to actually look good this week, and they couldn't do that either.
Didn't. Got nowhere near it.
They dug themselves a hole to China. That's pretty much as well. That's God.
Yeah, I don't know where your mob's at, but we won't dive too much into that. That's a footy related thing. It's our updates episode where we talk about all the games that we've been playing lately, and we got a few each this month. It's been, I guess, just slightly more than a month based on the timing of where things wrapped up last month and even when this episode goes to air this month. So we got a few games to talk about. So kick things off for us. What have you been playing this last 30 odd days or so?
Well, for the first one is we go back to the game called Returnal.
Oh yeah,
and I finally got back onto that after many controller changes because the battery life in PlayStation controllers are absolutely rubbish.
Yeah,
and now we're getting a portable one named Portal, and that battery life is also going to be
acronym is
garbage.
Its acronym is PSP, by the way.
So
yeah,
just you go.
Just
but let's be honest, no one cares about that.
Just to confuse people that little bit further.
Oh, wow! There you go. I didn't even think of that because I just looked at the price and went, "No, thank you."
Yeah, it's not a cheap piece of hardware. We might do a dedicated episode as we get a bit, well, maybe even next week because we've got a few different pieces of PlayStation hardware, but we'll also wait and see what comes up in the next week as well. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I personally, I'm all in on it, but that's because I've really, well, not even necessarily because it's a PlayStation thing, because like I can still do all of that with remote play on my phone, but it's, I guess if I do a very mini version of my thinking, it's a remote dedicated device rather than having to use my phone all the time, which cops are hammering at the best of times as is. So I'm leaning on battery packs. It's a smaller screen than what the Portal offers. The Portal offers all the DualSense features. It ticks a lot of boxes for me, so I'm pretty keen on that. But yeah, all 330 bucks. That's probably going to be Aussie dollars when it comes out. So we'll wait and see there. Good platform for me though.
But for you, yes. But by Returnal, but going back to Returnal, I did many loops of the same boss. And got incredibly angry, and then...
Which world was that? Like which... like the first one?
No, it's the desert. No, not the desert.
Yeah, like that really red sand.
Not the desert. Not the desert. The ruins.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
We're just trying to get to there,
Which
and then it's the third one, yes. And then you think you've done it, thanks to Mr. Spaceman, who I purchased, which saved me a lot, and I thought, cool, I'm done. And then it said, lol, joke's on you, here's another go in the ruins or the forest, whatever you want to call it, at daytime. And I thought, great, here we go again.
Gotcha.
Then did all that, and then finally I did finish. Well, I wouldn't say I finished it, I just finished what you call the main story. Then I'm trying to get to the car, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Some people, yes, try to get to the car, but the stupid thing is I'm trying to just like avoid everything and just go straight to the car, which I found out is an absolutely silly idea because you need a powerful gun when you get into water, because otherwise it's an absolute pain in the ass. I found out, absolute torture, and then I just stopped playing it. I thought, nah, I'm done. I don't want to platinum it because that's just going to be painful enough as it is, because you have to...
Well, it's all RNG.
It's all random, so you don't know when you go get your little Playmaker recordings and this and that. So you could be there for... God knows, you could be there for 5 hours just trying to get one small thing.
Yeah,
and it will drive you insane. And
Not
I'm just
about
like,
that.
nah, no thanks. I will stop it.
Great game, though.
2. It's a good game. I don't know how they're going to make a sequel out of it, but I was interested to see if, or they just make a rip off and just say whatever the opposite of Returnal is.
Um, Return. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna bother. I won't. I'll butcher it.
And then,
But yeah.
and then after about 20 control changes because of flat batteries, I went on to another console where I only had to change it once because I hadn't used it for a while.
Xbox.
That is the Nintendo
Switch.
Switch, where they have a lot longer lasting battery life. And the game I played, for some stupid reason, I decided to continue playing it for just no reason whatsoever. Like, there was no achievement at the end of it, which was Pikmin 4.
I'm trying to remember when we last spoke about it. I guess for updates, the game had barely come out. So
it just got released.
but
I only played the demo.
So what were you actually doing then, kind of towards the back end of this time? Like just replaying shit because, or were you knocking off that little Olimar story at the end, or like what sort of things were you doing?
Just the aftermath of finding Olimar. Just let's go find Louis and the dog. And
Yeah, I'm with you.
you don't have to do it, which is the dumb thing. But I'm just there going, I want to do it
Yeah,
for
it was
no
me.
reason whatsoever. I was like, I want to collect everything, and you don't have to. This is the thing. You can just find Olimar and just go, done.
Yeah, pretty much.
And just screw Louis because he's a dickhead for finding it. And also, those 55 other space adventurers who also got lost. Idiots.
How shit can you be? Yeah.
I mean, how shit can you be? The only smart ones are the ones from 3 because they're not in it.
They worked it out.
Smart. They're just got the juice and right, we're not coming back. And then you got, for some reason, it's not 55, I'll just say 55.
No, but it's a big number. It's a big number.
There's a lot. All idiots. That's all I can say. And then send the rookie out to save everyone. Great storytelling.
And the rookie does the job. So video games 101.
But no, overall, I did enjoy it. And then I just decided to put myself through torture for just absolutely no reason. Just cause.
Have you gone through what we were discussing off camera last week? The way to get those final couple onions. Have you done it?
That was awesome. Yep. Also,
so you're even further than me then at this point. You've truly 100%ed it.
And to be honest, that thing you have to do, I don't swear that much, but that could fuck right off. That is just,
It was pretty brutal.
It is frustrating because you try to do it because when you do it, you got time. I think you got time limits. Some of them you have time limits. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Some you have time limits, and you try to get one thing to do it, and you go and you do it multiple times, different times, and just try to do it different ways, and you just get annoyed because you go, on, this is bullshit.
Fair enough. I'll have to jump in that one more.
Then you figure out finally, God, why should I have done that in the first place? It's like the easiest thing to do, and you just go, you fool.
I'll have to, like, because that little particular section at endgame is the one thing that's left in the game for me to actually do. So I might have to jump into it at some point once I get a moment and just see exactly what you're talking about, just how brutal it actually gets at the end there.
But I spent 40 hours total, close to 40 hours.
Yeah, it's about 40 hours.
I honestly think 10 of those hours was in that stupid sub-level stuff trying to get some stupid onions.
Yeah,
all to get a bloody gold bar. Because you need purple preferred.
Wait, is that where you need like 100 of them or whatever?
100 of them, yes. Or you need 1,000 Pikmin or 100 purples. Because you're not going to get 1,000. It's just, it's just.
Yeah, that probably took me
torture.
Maybe you didn't. I don't know. I went into, there was one or two specific subterranean ones which you could get the purples pretty quickly. So I farmed that. It would take.
Yeah, but I was
5
an
minutes
idiot.
a piece.
I was an idiot. Yeah, I was an idiot and just saw the flower, just went no, and just walked off.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I regret it because it was a silly idea.
But otherwise,
Absolutely
awesome game.
silly.
One of the best games of the year for sure.
Yes, it is. Except for all those space people, you're idiots.
Well, they're all morons.
They're morons. Anyhow, if that was in real life, everyone would be saying, "Oh, we should rescue them." They'd be saying, "Nah, stuff them."
Yeah, they should absolutely go in the bin.
Not
they're
even
useless
an
in the job,
Amazon spaceship would fly out and get them.
and they don't deserve to be saved at that point. You've created so many problems.
No.
Just get out of here.
I mean, where'd you get all that money to fly a spaceship? no one knows.
Waste of all time and effort. What's
And
next?
also too, but I also say the collectibles are on it too. Oh man, I feel old on some of those collectibles.
Oh, when you're starting to see some of the little
Yeah, I
references.
saw the wireless GameCube controller and I thought,
Oh, the Wavebird.
wow,
Yeah.
the Wavebird. And there was a GameCube disc there. There was Wave Racer. And I was like, oh, I feel so old. And then there was a mouse as well, the old Nintendo mouse
Oh, from Mario Paint.
from like the yeah, like Mario Paint back on the Super Nintendo. I thought, oh man, all these young people go look at
What
it
is
and
this
go,
thing?
what's that? Like, that's a mouse, son. That's how you used to paint.
Yeah. I still have very fond memories, but yeah, it makes you feel pretty old when you see these things pop up.
It does. It does. It was, I mean, it would have made it worse if they had the Game Boy Player thing for the GameCube attachment.
Yeah.
But that would have made me feel really old. It's like, oh my, wow. Not so much the Game Boy Advance Pocket. That was like, oh yeah, it's that thing.
No, that's been cool to see, and I've been seeing on things like Facebook Marketplace lately, people like putting IPS displays inside them and then selling them. So they're like these amazing, top notch Game Boy Advance SPs. I'm all about it at the moment. So
How could they not? How could they forget to put the Game Boy Color in and the Game Boy camera? Wasted opportunity.
That's a miss. That's a miss.
Absolutely wasted opportunity.
But it was there in Pikmin 3, I think.
Oh, there you go. I think played through. But
yeah.
Was it 3? I don't know.
And definitely would have been there somewhere along the way through 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah. And then we'll move on from the torture of Pikmin 4. At my own fault. I can't
self-inflicted torture.
I can't blame the game for it saying, oh, it's stupid, because I could have just walked away when I saved Oliver, because that was the whole story. And you just kept going. It's just stopped at the crest and went, wait.
And they pump fake you the whole time.
They just absolutely dummied me. I'm seeing that since Guardians of the Galaxy did. I thought, oh, this is not this again. But
yeah, they didn't hide it very well at all.
No. And then we'll move on. This is a short one because I'm completely played it since the last time we talked about it, which was Moving Out 2.
Oh yeah.
I've only done the first level, and like I said before, you need more than one person for absolute carnage in that game. It's just throw boxes in a car.
Yeah, you can make it work solo, but it's definitely best when you've got another person.
You can. But it's just, you look at it and go, you can feel it. It's like, it should be played with 2 or more players. You get that feeling about it. It's like, you can play as one player. It doesn't like punish you for being a single player. But you can just see the absolute carnage would be just people throwing boxes across and hitting you in the head, or try to pull out a washing machine and
it's actually considerably
table.
It's actually considerably better solo in Moving Out 2 than it was in the original. The original was a really hard one to crack when you were trying to do it on your own. So they really fixed that up for those who are in those circumstances. But it's still, as you said, it's definitely better to have a couple people with you.
Yeah. So I will get back to that eventually. When? I don't know, because there's too many games coming out in September.
Yeah, we're right on the brink.
A real big one. I saw a funny stat for Starfield, because that's coming out very soon. There was a big stat someone put up. I thought it was funny. Is how big the game will be on Xbox, which was just about 126 gig, PC 136, PlayStation 5 0. And I thought, that's brilliant. All the PlayStation fanboys would be crying about that. Well, like, all this bullshit is this and that. Like, we've got to get it first.
Like,
so,
it's good on...
yeah, but you have Spider-Man.
It is good on the Xbox fans, because there used to be, and I'm sure it'll happen with Spider-Man 2, because now some of the real hardcore PlayStation fans will feel a little bit shitty off the back of this. But I remember there was like here's your screenshots, the side-by-side screenshots of The Last of Us, and you'd see, like, it'd be exactly what you described, where it's, The Last of Us Part 2, you'd have the PS4 version, and then you'd have the PC, Nintendo, and Xbox versions, and they're all just black screens.
And then same as Spider-Man as well. And also remember with the Avengers game when the PlayStation people got Spider-Man as an added-on feature, and Xbox did not. And everyone's making fun, going, "Oh, we got Spider-Man, you didn't. This and that." Like,
and then the Avengers was shit.
Just you wait, and it was shit. But I said, yeah, just wait one day, you fools. You'll get it.
And they never have.
Like it, do
they
you?
never have.
Don't like it, do you?
Spider-Man, Crystal Dynamics did confirm that it is never going to go anywhere else. So Sucked in Xbox and like PC gamers, you miss out on a character in a game that is still shit regardless. I don't know.
Yes, it doesn't make it any more fun.
Yeah, no, it doesn't improve it at all.
Doesn't improve it at all. And then my final game for the month was just a revamp because the DLC is coming out at the end of September.
Yeah.
With a trailer from Gamescom.
Oh, Gamescom.
Gamescom, which has a lot of improvements coming in, which is Cyberpunk 2077.
Getting back into it already.
Oh, I actually ignored all the side missions and just did the main, and
Yep.
it took me like 18 hours.
Right.
When I got to the end, I was like, I was looking at it, God, wow, I didn't remember doing it this quickly. So I went back to my old save and realized that I'd done everything, and all my guns are overpowered. And every time I come up to an enemy now, all I do is punch him in the face because my punching hands are incredibly powerful. It just takes 3 punches and they're down. And that's all I've done. I've used no guns whatsoever. It's just punching people and enemies in the face.
You've now told me exactly how I'm going to play the game when I finally get started. But
that's one of your cyberware upgrades. You can get a feature where your fists are incredibly powerful.
Fists of Steel.
Or you can get blades as well. Which, if you saw the Cyberpunk, well, I'll call it an upgrade trailer, or improvement trailer, because there's a lot of things that are improving, and they're all for good. Especially the skill tree thing, because that, now, is just stupid. You scratch your head and go, this makes no sense. I don't know what that does, because half my skill upgrades, I just put it on there because I don't know what it does. I was like, yeah, you'll do.
Just go for it. This looks coolest.
Go for it. Don't know what's going to do, and I don't care.
Yeah, I'm definitely keen to jump into it, and it's kind of cool that, and they stressed it during the Gamescom opening night live showcase, that even if you don't get the DLC, there's a whole range of updates that are coming to the game that actually are just free for everyone anyway. So it's really just the actual content, like the actual new content, new region, and whatever it is that's part of Phantom Liberty that's coming for free. But all these other upgrades that are coming to the game anyway, everyone gets that, which is awesome. They're doing some cool stuff there.
Even got some gunplays out of cars, which is going to be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah,
we'll see. Be good.
I think I might, finally. I mean, I don't know if it'll be right away because there's already a few big RPGs that are kind of out now or on the way or thereabouts. But I think I'll need to find some time for it at some point. But I just don't know when at the moment. I'm definitely keen though. So we'll just see what happens. You said you've got 4. You've rattled off 4, but I feel like there's a 5th. Have you been playing Red Dead as well?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about Red Dead.
But you've been playing it on Xbox, right?
Xbox, because you said there was a free 4K upscale.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see how it looked, and it's not bad. It's okay.
Well, it looks better than and I guess we'll segue over to me. It looks better than the PS4 version that I'm playing with, which, I mean, massive shout out to Rockstar, who provided me a code for the purposes of reviews and all that sort of stuff, and people can go check all that stuff out. Likely by now, I'd imagine by the time that this episode goes live, the review should be there as well. I've been playing it on PS4, or playing it on PS5, but it's a PS4 version of the game. And look, it's Red Dead. At the end of the day, it's the Red Dead that we've all known and loved from 2010. It does look better, like everything's been upscaled except for the UI for some reason. It's like the gun, for example,
really?
like the bullet counters and all that sort of stuff. That's still 720p while everything else has gone up, and so it sticks out really badly. Along with other UI things.
I just got to check it for the Xbox version and just see, because I've never paid attention to it. I want to know now just to see if.
I mean, double check it at some point, but I'm pretty sure it won't stand out. Like, it should just lift with everything else, because I think it's some sort of AI stuff that Microsoft have done to just upscale everything, but everything gets it. So, and then they check it too to make sure it works, unlike what happened with the AI work behind the GTA trilogy from a couple of years back. So I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm thrilled to be back, but it's not giving me anything new. I'm not having that moment like, oh shit, I don't certainly on the visual side, like it's not one of those uncanny valley sort of things. I have noticed, like on the gameplay front, I feel like maybe the shooting has been improved a little bit. Like it's a little bit tighter. I mean, it's that typical thing where you've just got like the dot on the screen, and that's your reticle, as per a lot of Rockstar games. But I feel like that is working better. It's a bit more functional. It snaps a bit better. Like it's in terms of the sensitivity and that sort of stuff, I feel like that's improved. But I need to just I'm at this point of writing everything up now for the review. I just want to double check, maybe quickly pop in the PS3 version, give it a crack, and just compare the pair. But otherwise, yeah, it's Red Dead, and I'm excited to play it through the lens that it might finally get me to actually go back and finish Red Dead 2. So
yeah, because I was saying when I just played on Xbox, I thought, it just brings back memories. Just watching that opening introduction, I was thinking, this brings me back. The good old days.
Annoying little things like like if you're in a cutscene, it's things that a lot of video games have kind of improved with since Red Dead came out. That if you press basically any button during the cutscene, it just skips straight back to gameplay. Like, that gives me the shits. And I was playing with the DualSense Edge, so the one that's got like you can have your back paddles and everything on the back, and so your hands are naturally just sitting there, and I just pressed it just that smidge too much. Boom, end of cutscene. And it's just, what the fuck? Those sorts of annoying little things that popped up. So I would have liked for that to have been taken out. And that, if you want to exit a cutscene, you have to press this button, hold it down for however many seconds, whatever. But it's still a thing. So I guess it's true Red Dead, warts and all. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm having a good time, but it's nothing amazing. Like if you don't have an Xbox, don't have access to the Xbox version, then there's probably not a lot of reason to pick this one up unless you're a Nintendo player, unless you're a Nintendo only player, at which point, of course, it's never been available on a Nintendo platform, and so this is your chance to check out what the franchise is all about. But otherwise, yeah, no real reason. You've touched on Moving Out 2 already, and there's been a lot of Moving Out 2 content over the course of the last few months, from the review that Buddy Watson did, to Let's Plays that I was a part of, to review discussions I was a part of, our YouTube Shorts short review that we put together. I've had a lot to say about Moving Out 2, and you touched on it pretty well before, so not a lot I need to add to that. Right at the end of July, after we recorded our last updates, but before August had actually properly begun, I had knocked out both Venba, which was a South Indian setting, it's South Indian cooking inspired thing. It's a bit of a mini cooking game. It's about an hour and a half long, the game actually, but it's like this narrative heavy thing, but there's a cooking aspect to it as well. Very light puzzle as a result, because it's you've pulled out your mum's old cookbook and you to make whatever this recipe happens to be, but a whole bunch of the stuff is like the contents of the page have been rubbed out over the years. Of kind of the book started to fall apart, and so there's a little bit of educated guesswork to navigate your way through those situations. It's a nice game, well worth it for what is a pretty reasonable price if I recall. But thanks to Pop Agenda for providing me that one. And I was also playing Viewfinder. Did you see anything of that over the last couple of months at all? It's like a puzzle game. It's a 3D puzzle game, kind of through the lens of a camera, taking photos and positioning in places.
No, I think I do remember it. I think I do remember it vaguely.
It's really, really trippy because of that ability to basically take a photo of something and then kind of almost put it in front of you, and then that becomes the reality, and you just kind of walk through the Polaroid, and that becomes the environment, or it cuts away parts of the environment, or whatever the case happens to be. It's really, really cool stuff, but also I can't even imagine, it's a good looking game. It's not on an artistic side, it's not some sort of powerhouse, and it's not doing amazing things gameplay wise, except for this ability to kind of use the photos in that way. And so you can have photos inside of photos inside of photos, and get super, super deep on the whole thing, and the game does not buckle for a second. I would have thought that it'd be an engineering nightmare for the developers creating it, but they nailed it anyway, so all credit to them there. It's pretty sweet. Stray Gods came out last month, which was a local product. It was the role-playing musical that came from here down in Melbourne, but was kind of led by David Gator, who used to be one of the heads at BioWare for Dragon Age. I've never been a musical person for the most part. I've kind of learnt to appreciate them a little bit more over the years, but I still, I've kind of had the pretty much anything I've consumed on the musical side, it's been attached to some sort of license that I already enjoyed. Whether it's like some of the old Disney ones, where the Lion King or whatever come to town, or even when Green Day's American Idiot came through when that was being performed, there was always something that I kind of knew already that helped make those a little bit more appealing to me. So Stray Gods doesn't have that. It was new IP, all that sort of stuff, but it was quite cool. I actually really enjoyed it. There's because it's kind of that role playing idea, just like a Mass Effect game or whatever. There's dialogue choices along the way, and that kind of guides the songs that are being performed at different points. And so there's moments where it doesn't necessarily. You could tell they almost wrote the song one way, and then when you've got to go these different directions, it's not quite as seamless. Simply because I guess it's kind of hard to rework a song 2-3 different ways. Interestingly, Austin Wintory, who's a big composer in the game space, had a lot to do with it. But also, you would remember these guys. You remember Tripod, the musical comedy act?
Tripod.
They contribute to the game as well in terms of the music.
Really?
Yeah, like they helped write a lot of the stuff, which was kind of cool.
I didn't even realize they were still around.
Oh, look, I don't know if they do anything as a comedy act anymore, but they contributed to the writing of some of the lyrics for the game, which was kind of cool.
I don't think I've seen them since Skid House.
And I just think of things like Ghost Ship and all that sort of stuff, some classics. But look, you wouldn't necessarily know it was them. It's only that I picked the names out instantly. Gatesy and all those sorts of guys. Yon. But yeah, anyway, pretty cool game. Definitely worth people checking out. It's just don't I guess expect every single beat to be a winner. That's kind of a little bit up and down in terms of the quality of the delivery of some of the songs, the transitions between songs from time to time. Two more, Gord, which is a Team 17 game. It comes from actually some ex-Witcher developers. It's kind of a top-down survival game. There's kind of Age of Empires-y style elements to it. You're building up this encampment, and you'll get invaded from time to time. It's trying to survive all of that. The thing is, you're managing your very small number of people that are in your team or party or whatever, but you got to keep them safe from all the physical threats. Whether it's other people attacking, animals like wolves attacking, whatever the case happens to be. But then also you can suffer a lot of mental afflictions. So suddenly people just lose their shit out of nowhere, and you got to try and maintain their people's kind of mental well-being as well, so that they don't just fly off the handle and start attacking your own people, or just straight up running away, never to be seen again. Like they Leroy Jenkins their way straight out of your encampment and never to be seen again. Which is a night, it's a challenging balancing act. It's always throwing something at you, which is really quite cool. I played it on the console. It definitely works better with a mouse and keyboard. I'll admit that straight away. It did not transfer over to the sticks super well. Look, I guess we'll get a better sense of it because Age of Empires 4 has just come across to Xbox this past week. But a lot of those kind of RTS style games, or tactical games like that, have always been better suited for the mouse and keyboard, because the way you can kind of select all units and move them all around, it works a lot better with the mouse than it does with the sticks. It's passable, but it does feel a little bit clunky in the case of Gord, which was a bit disappointing. And the last game I'll talk about is one that, as of the time that we record this, I still don't have full thoughts together for, but I've been playing Sea of Stars, which a lot of people would know is one of my most anticipated games of the year. It comes from the developers responsible for The Messenger, from a few years back. Really awesome kind of side-scrolling Ninja Gaiden, Metroid-y style thing. And this is a JRPG like Chrono Trigger from back on the Super Nintendo. In fact, that was one of their main sources of inspiration. And it's amazing. Everything I want it to be, it is so far. So I'll save full thoughts for reviews and all those sort of things. Should be up, I think, by the time this episode goes live, based on the embargo. It's just a matter of whether I get the game done in time. But it's pretty phenomenal. I'm really, really enjoying my time with it. So I know you won't have necessarily a lot to say about that one, but it's an interesting one in that it's coming to Game Pass and PlayStation Plus free for both audiences the exact same day. They've managed to kind of get their bag very, very early in terms of partnering up with both of those parties. It's really just Nintendo. If you want to play it on Switch, you're gonna have to pony up. And I have no idea how much, because like I backed it on Kickstarter back in the day. I've handballed that code off to family so that I don't have a conflict of interest while I'm reviewing this thing. Or sorry, like I've agreed to handball that off. I obviously have to wait for my code to get delivered through the Kickstarter, while I work with the actual review code I've been given. But yeah, it's pretty amazing, and there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna have a really awesome opportunity to check it out since it's gonna be free on 2 of the 3 biggest platforms. So I encourage people to do so. It's really, really good. But otherwise, I mean, there was quite a few games I went through there, but that's it. You touched on before that September is going to be pretty crazy. So what's on the cards for you specifically over that time, outside of Starfield, which I think we'll all.
I was gonna say just Starfield.
I
don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe Phantom Liberty also comes out at the end of the month.
Yeah, true.
And that's really it. Just those two games. Maybe I'll try and find a short game in between while I'm waiting. I've got Starfield preloaded and ready to go.
I'm ready to do that as soon as, because I've had the Xbox in the shed for a little while. I've had no reason to play it. It's there in case I need to do any capture stuff. But now that I'm here, as soon as we're done recording tonight, I'm going to quickly fire up that Xbox and get the preload going.
Now I could finally use this.
Oh, your controller, very nice.
Finally get to use it.
I'm sitting there with an Amazon order for that big fancy collector's edition at the moment. It is $500 and my finances are pretty tight, and I have not been able to, like, I'm just stuck sitting on the fence at the moment going, do I cancel it? Do I keep it? I don't know what to do yet. And I just know that I'm going to linger long enough that Amazon goes, boom, there's your money taken out. We're delivering it now. I'm like, oh shit, there we go. Decision made for me. So I've got to work this out probably by the end of tomorrow. I don't see him doing any delivery tomorrow, like sending it out tomorrow. But from Monday it could be on. So I need to start thinking about it a little bit. But the game will come. I don't know, on September 1st, because I know like it's available then.
I think
is that
early
only
access? I'm not sure how it works.
It's not like one of those if you Game Pass Ultimate that you get that same level of early access.
I haven't said. I don't know how it works. Like, there's early access, which is the 1st, or you wait till what, the 6th or the 5th? I can't remember.
6th is the actual launch date.
Yeah, I don't know. It just has like 2 different times. I've really never looked into what the other time is for.
Yeah, I'm not super clear either. But I guess if I commit my $500 in the end, then I'll be on September 1st. But
all I'm going to do is just when it's September 1st, I'm just going to push the A button and see what happens. Let's see if it tells me if I'm too early or it goes to a Bethesda introduction screen.
Which would be...
And then I can finally see the so-called horrible looking menu
30
interface.
FPS and oh yeah, yeah, that guy's a clown.
Because I look at it and go, what game is it? Starfield. That's clear as day. Is there a new game button? Yes. Is there a load game? Yes. Is there a quit? Well, probably if it's on PC. So
is there too many menu options on the screen? No. Like, do I have pop-up boxes everywhere? No. So like, yeah.
Is there bloody what's it called? Microtransactions taking up half the screen? No. So whatever that dickhead's on about, get off the glue or paint, whatever you sniffing. Get off it.
Yeah, that whole thing, and the number of developers that arced up for it. Geez, it was good.
Or go check your heater and see if there's not a gas leak.
Yeah, it could be that too.
It might be getting to your head.
So you've got Starfield, and what was the other one? Did you say that was on your list? Oh, Phantom Liberty.
Yes.
For me, I guess I'll be interested to see whether you check out something like Liza P or whatever that comes out this month as well, or in September as well. But
I'm having nightmares when I played the demo.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk comes to PlayStation and Xbox on the 1st. That is the oh no, I've just Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I've just gone blank on the name of the franchise it's based on. Jet Set Radio. It's like a modern take on Jet Set Radio and all that. It came out to Switch last week, something like that. there was about a 2-week delay on the PlayStation and Xbox versions. I think there was like a tiny timed exclusivity deal that they had with Nintendo, but it's about to come to the big boy consoles on the 1st as well. So I think it'll get buried for me. I don't see myself rushing to get it, considering Starfield's going to be on the agenda, but it's there anyway, and it seems pretty cool. Starfield you've touched on. The 6th is also the day that Baldur's Gate 3 comes to PlayStation. And so I feel like I really need to consider that a bit, because I've been loving what I've been seeing from all the people on PC. And I've even got it on PC thanks to a code that was like an unsolicited code I received back in, I don't know, like 2020, I think it was. But I'm no PC dork, so I didn't do anything at the time. But I'm real keen, so...
So do you want to romance a bear, as everyone else has
Of course, I'm going to let that bear have its way with me.
I think anyone in the wild would do that too.
So Baldur's Gate comes out the 6th. Bait and Katos, which was a pair of, I'm not usually a card-based person, but it was like a couple card-based games that came out in the GameCube back in the day. They're being remastered by Bandai and brought out to the Switch on the 15th. Liza P, because it's on Game Pass, I'll check it out. And just get my head caved in, I'm sure, but like I can at least say I gave it a go and moved on. Payday 3 comes out this month, and I'm really kind of interested in it. September 21st, and it's on Game Pass as well. So
I've completely forgot about it.
So I'm keen to give that a crack and maybe try and party up with a few people, maybe yourself as well, and see what that's...
worst heist people in the history of heists.
Well, yeah, we could be pretty shit at it. We'll continue to be trolling each other the whole time or something like that and really make a mess of it. But yeah, I think it could be pretty cool. The awfully named Infinity Strash, that's Infinity Strash, but it's obviously when you say it, it sounds like Infinity's Trash. It's a Dragon Quest game anyway. It's like an adaptation of a Dragon Quest anime that's coming on the 28th. Keen to check that out. And Cocoon, which is a game from a whole bunch of Limbo and Inside developers that left. That comes out at the end of the month as well. So keen to give that a crack. And a lot of people are speaking really positively about that one from their preview opportunities at Summer Games Fest and all that sort of stuff. So there's a good chunk of games there that I'm keen on. I think a few of those I'll very quickly cross out. Like, I don't see myself committing to Liza P beyond just giving it a go to see what it's like. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk will just have to sit and wait for a long time, I think. Bait and Katos I'm in no hurry to necessarily return to because I played them back in the day. But there's still plenty, even outside of all those, that I'm pretty keen on, including, some big RPGs like Starfield and Baldur's Gate. So we'll have to wait and see. Lots of good stuff though. Any other games that have popped on your radar since I've started rambling?
No.
Outside of Payday, maybe.
Maybe Payday? I think I'll downloaded Limbo the other day. And might give that a go because it's probably a short game to play.
Yeah, Limbo's like 2 hours.
Watch that poor little fella get spiked
by the spider,
times. And no one complains unless it's Tomb Raider. Then people complain when she gets those horrific deaths.
I mean, they're pretty horrific deaths, but
they are pretty horrific.
But yeah, I see where you're going. And even then, like, I mean, we rattled off all the September games, but with some of the recent release dates shuffling around that we've had in the last week or so, like Assassin's Creed Mirage now has been moved up to October 5th. So we've got all of those.
When I saw that, I thought, usually get excited when something gets pushed forward 5 days, and I just saw that and just went, shit, not another game in that cluster of games coming out.
Look, I get where it came from. They've gone, we need to get away from Spider-Man here, because Alan Wake went one way and Assassin's Creed went the other. So I can kind of, let alone the fact that, it's also, there's Mario the same day as well. So like like the 2 biggest platforms in the world have 2 monster games that you would not want to go release near. So,
and then there's going to be the reality show of Nintendo's next Mario, as everybody's trying to audition for the new voice of Mario.
Charles Martinet gone. So that's
gone.
That's just hire Chris Pratt.
Gone or promoted.
Promoted out of the voice of Mario.
So good luck whoever has to take that role.
Whoever gets that is absolutely screwed. But good luck to you. All right, well we'll wrap things up there. If you enjoyed that episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, and more. visit the Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kick in a few bucks, lower tiers early access, higher tiers monthly episode exclusives, and there's Twitter or X or whatever. Matto.
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Gates, myself. The website is player2au, and until next week, where I don't know, there's a lot going on at the moment. We've got a lot we could potentially discuss. We'll work it out as we get close to it. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you later.